Greetings YouTube, Eddie here. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys my October book haul. I know that this is being uploaded the day after I said I was going to upload it, but I had a lot of shit to do today that I just could not avoid any longer. So therefore I'm doing a book haul right now. So I have a lot of books that I accumulated over the month of October and also today, as you guys saw from my YouTube short. So the first one is Gilded by Marissa Meyer. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's a long book. I started it. I'm on page like 40 or something like that, and it's really good so far. This is a story. This is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. We follow Serilda. I'm already kind of liking Serilda. I'm kind of liking the world right now. I'm just excited to see where the story goes. And not everybody is like feeling this book already, but I'm hoping that I will be one of the people that do love it, considering that I really love Marissa Meyer's work. Okay, so the next I have Blood of Elves. It's the first, it says the first book in the Witcher series. I don't even know if that's true, because I talked to one of my co-workers who said that this is not the first book. I don't know. So if you guys have read the Witcher books, which one's first? Because right now this one says Blood of Elves, Witcher 1. Let me know. And you guys know what the Witcher series is about. It is a fantasy video game series, book series. Well, the book series came out first. Video game series, Netflix series, which is an amazing television show. If you guys have not watched The Witcher, I recommend it, mainly because Henry Cavill is mucho caliente. So the next, I have another book that has been adapted into a film recently, and that is Dune by Frank Herbert. This is the first. This is the first book of a sci-fi series, and obviously this book has been around for a while. And they have adapted this into a film back in 1984 or something like that. Then they just did another one recently, which I still have yet to watch. But apparently that one only deals with the first part of this book, which is surprising considering that this book isn't really that long. But maybe there's just so much that happens in the first part. I just don't know. I got Dune, and this cover is a really beautiful cover. A majority of these books are murder mysteries. Violent Season by Sarah Walters. This is sort of like a Hunger Games kind of thing. Every November, the people in Wolf Ridge are overwhelmed with the hunger for violence. At least that's the town's rumor. And then this one is None Shall Sleep. This is like a teenager, two teenagers, a serial killer survivor and a marshal candidate are recruited by the FBI to interview convicted juvenile killers. So that kind of thing. Next I got a nonfiction book, and that is Helter, Skelter, the true story of the Manson murders. And obviously we know what happened with the Manson murders. In the summer of 1969 in Los Angeles, a series of brutal, seemingly random murders captured headlines across America. A famous actress and her unborn child, an heiress to a coffee fortune, a supermarket owner, and his wife were among the 7 victims. I'm just scared that about the details in this book, but I'm also want to get out of my comfort zone and read things that I normally wouldn't read. So I'm hoping Helter Skelter will be one of the first ones. This one I've heard amazing things about, and that is Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. This is a young adult fantasy series. I don't know what the plot of this one is. All I know is that I took off the sticker. Now my fingers are sticking to the cover. I should not have done that. But this is sort of like an African fantasy kind of thing. It does say here that this was once a city of magic and splendor, and 100 years after the rupture scarred the sky and devastated the land and its people, magic is no more than a myth there. Which I think is like the stereotypical fantasy setup, which I'm kind of over, but I heard amazing things about this book, so I want to give it a chance. And then this one's another murder mystery. This one is They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman. She's the author of They Wish They Were Us, which sort of has the same cover scheme. This is about 2 sisters, and I guess there's like a competition, and then there's like a new girl that comes to their school or something like that. I don't know the plot. Kind of going into it kind of dumb and clueless, but you know what? That's how I always do. Then this one is The Project by Courtney Summers. This is a cult story, which I may read after I finish with Gilded, because this plot sounds really interesting. This is about the main character's sister gets involved in the Unity Project, which is this cult. And then years later, a man comes to the main character's workplace, which is a magazine place, and says that the same cult took his son. So, I don't know why anything with cults I'm going to read, and it's just, even though they're terrifying, I want to learn more about it. Alright, then next I have The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the sequel to the Inheritance games, which is a young adult Knives Out. I have not read the Inheritance games, and clearly I have not read this. Hoping that I will read this series soon. These covers are just so stunning. Next is All These Bodies by Candice Buford. This is another murder mystery. This is also really short as well. I have not read any of Candice Blake's previous novels. I heard that Three Dark Crowns is like one of the best fantasy series out there. It says here, summer 1958, a string of murders plagues the Midwest. The victims are found in their cars, in their homes, even in their beds. Their bodies drained, but with no blood anywhere. Next is the book I've been reading, but I had to pause because Gilded took #1 priority. That is As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, the final book of the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. And I read the first 2 in October, loved them, hoping that I will love this one as well. And out of the 3 covers, Good Girl Bad Blood still remains my favorite cover, and then this one, and then Good Girls Guide to Murder. The series is really refreshing and really fun, and I love Pippa, the main character. This one is Dark Rise. This is a fantasy series which deals with like light and dark and fallen heroes, kings, yada yada yada. I believe this is an LGBT fantasy series, which is really exciting. Here, the dark will rise, who will fall, and who will stand. And there's also a map inside, so you know the book is going to be epic. Alright, then this one, I have a hard time explaining it, but that is Chasing the Boogeyman. This is a metafiction, which means that the author puts himself into the story, but still reminds the reader that it's a fictional story. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe, but this has been praised by a whole bunch of freaking people like Stephen King, Caroline Kepney, C.J. Tudor, Riley Sager, Brian Keene, Michael Corrida, and then finally another book I've been waiting for all year, and that is The Death of Jane Lawrence by Caitlin Starling. This is a gothic horror Crimson Peak inspired story. I have not started it yet. After Gilded, after As Good as Dead, after The Project, this one will take the next spot to read. Anyways, it's going to be it for me from today. If you guys enjoyed this video, big thumbs up and comment your thoughts of these books. And which ones have you read? Which ones are you excited for? And yes, let's hope that I have a better reading month in November. Even though it's going to be a stressful month. It's going to be... I'll talk about that later. Content, subscribe button is right over here, right next to the notification bell. Go ahead and click that. 2 other videos are going to be right beside my head. Go ahead and check those out. And I'll see everyone soon in my next video. Hail and farewell.